I'm Dr. Craig Schindler. These teachings are from my book, The Call, From Darkness to the Gathering Light. While we were trekking in the Himalayas, we came to a river chasm that's about 1,000 feet deep. And across that river chasm is a rope bridge where there are planks, wooden planks spread across the ropes, and you hold on to the ropes, and as you cross the bridge sways in the wind, and you look down and it's 1,000-foot drop down into this river chasm. And when I was thinking about a metaphor for where humanity is at this point in human history, it came to my mind that we are on that bridge, that we are crossing a bridge across a vast chasm. That chasm is the gap between our technology and our wisdom, our capacity to use our technology with wisdom and compassion. So imagine that we are walking across that bridge, and that most of us, much of the time, are in a kind of trance of daily life, where we're mostly concerned about ourselves and our small world, and preoccupied with our own self-interests, and we're not that concerned with the fact that we are extincting 1,000 species every year. We're not that concerned that there are weapons of mass destruction. We know it's true, but we're living these busy lives. So just for a moment, let me invite you to slow down with me and imagine crossing this bridge together. We have to be awake. And we have to be mindful, because on the other side of the bridge is the next level of human consciousness, the flowering of the human spirit. If we fall off on the right side of the bridge because of racism and fear, we're likely to lead to more conflict on the planet, which increases the likelihood of the use of weapons of mass destruction. And these weapons cannot be used because they will not only create genocide, they create ecocide. They destroy our planet. And if we fall off on the right side and do not address the symptoms of climate change, then we can expect the flooding of major cities around the world, drought, mass migration, hunger, increased disease, so that the remnant of humanity curses our name for not being awake and addressing climate change. On the right side of the bridge, we make our planet more grim. If we fall off on the left side of the bridge, we lose our freedom. We become captive to the rise of authoritarianism that we see in these nationalist parties across Europe. We become captive to a kind of neo-authoritarian or fascist space that wants to relativize our values and is increasing fear and hatred. Or if we fall off on the left side, the technological solution is that we stop Homo sapiens, and we put chips in our brain, and we genetically engineer humans so that we are no longer really Homo sapiens. We shift life from carbon-based life to silicon-based life, and we end the evolution of the human soul. Imagine all of what we've done as a human species, and imagine that to cross this bridge, we have to end our war-weary adolescence. We have to graduate to our conscious adulthood, whereas all the great souls have said, we can reach the promised land, the other side of the bridge. Now, the promised land is not a perfect world. We're not going to end all suffering. We're not going to end all evil, but we're going to graduate to the great turning. And the great turning is that shift of consciousness and action that's needed for us to survive, to restore the earth, to create the conditions for human dignity and justice, and then to go on out into space and explore the cosmic ocean, because really the adventure of the human spirit is just beginning. H.G. Wells in 1902 offered two quotes. One was, "It's possible that all that has ever been is but the dream before the awakening." And then the other quote he said was, "All ages are beautiful and cruel. Only love makes the difference." So let's go for the great turning. Let's go for the great awakening. And let's remember that ultimately, only love makes the difference. That's how we cross the bridge. If you want to find us or join us in our beloved community, you can find us at revolutionofthespirit.org.